If you believe in angels, please listen carefully and do not turn away. There's a quiet stillness inside you, so deep that even the loudest noise can't touch it. It's been growing quietly, like a secret whisper, patiently waiting for this exact moment. Something inside you is awakening. It's stirring because the time has come, the moment you never expected. It's like a final call, a message from heaven that has been reaching out to your soul for what seems like an eternity. This is your chance to answer. Do not ignore this call. Don't pretend you can't hear it, the angels are watching. The final words are now being spoken, and everything you thought was true is about to crumble under the weight of a truth that heaven kept hidden until this very moment. This message is not ordinary. You are not reading it for enjoyment or curiosity. You're reading it because something deep within you recognized a sacred alarm. You heard a sound that does not belong in this world, and it is now drawing you deeper. There is no more time to wait. This is the final goodbye before what was previously hidden behind the scenes comes to light. This is your call, your final chance before everything changes. Do you feel it? Is there a flutter in your chest? Is there a quiet shaking in your soul? That is not your imagination. It's not a random sensation. That's heaven moving, breaking through the silence. It's the divine voice dispelling the haze between what you see and what has always been waiting behind the curtain. For too long, you've wandered like someone lost in a thick mist. You heard the wrong voices. You trusted those who claimed to be sent by God, but their message came from someone else, someone who worked quietly behind your back. True, one of them is a woman. She moved in the shadows, influencing what others think of you without ever confronting you. She made phone calls about your life and spoke in secret meetings that you were not invited to. But now God declares, I heard every word. I saw every call. And the next call you get won't be from her. It will come directly from me. This is neither a metaphor nor a poetic line. This is genuine, a holy message, a spiritual call from the life you nearly lost, pleading for your freedom. The phone is ringing now. The time to hide is over. It's time for you to respond. Finally, God is shining a light on her, the woman who prayed against you while using scripture as a mask. Who smiled warmly in public while whispering poison behind your back. She pretended to care, but her heart never beat with yours. This is not about a single person. It's about the dark spirit that moved through her, the hidden control behind her sweet face, the delay she caused in your path, and the quiet sabotage she introduced into your life because she was allowed inside. You might say, I have forgiven. I have let it go. Your heart is pure for that. But God hasn't forgotten the hidden wounds and silent attacks. Now the truth will be heard louder than her lies ever were. This is not a call for vengeance. It is a call to revelation. When the truth is revealed, your entire walk will change. You will never be the same again. This message is about setting you free, not just exposing her. You cannot fully embrace your future while still carrying the seeds she planted deep within your soul. You trusted people who had no desire for your success. You stood by those who were afraid of your light but needed you to cover their own darkness. They used you, and God permitted it, but only for a time. That season has concluded. This word has significance because it is more than just a story, it is confirmation. You felt it, those closed doors that shouldn't have been closed, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the peace that seemed just beyond reach. However, God is about to open a door so wide that even your enemies will be unable to deny it. Before that breakthrough, He's sending one final message to your spirit, a farewell to everything that has held you back. Goodbye to the hidden thieves in your life, who masquerade as friends. Say goodbye to the guilt that never belonged to you. Goodbye to those who only contacted us when they needed something. And yes, goodbye to her. Because she worked while you were resting. While you were trusting, she was planning. And while you were blessing her name, she was quietly planting sabotage in places you couldn't see. But now the time for hiding is over. The truth is coming out, and your freedom is on the horizon. You're not losing your mind. You did not simply imagine the betrayal. You did not misunderstand the signs. Your spirit knew the truth long before your mind caught up. And now, heaven is confirming what you already knew. You've incurred significant losses. You cried silent tears. You've seen others move forward while feeling stuck in place. But this wasn't punishment, it was protection. Heaven kept you down because it couldn't let you rise while poison was near you. That poison is now being cleansed. Your breakthrough can begin. However, it begins with answering this sacred call. Your angels have been trying to contact you. Archangel Michael has removed his sword from its sheath. He isn't here to negotiate, he's here to fight for you. He isn't whispering softly. He's roaring loudly and clearly because the battle for your name has reached a climax. Now, heaven announces to the world. This one was chosen. This one is shielded. This one will not be cursed again. Someone reading this may still have doubts, hoping that everything was a mistake or misunderstanding. But pay attention, this isn't about tearing her down to hurt you. It's about breaking the chains and preserving the treasure I planted within you. She could never accept the light I placed within you because it threatened the identity she had created for herself. Nonetheless, you kept holding on. You kept hoping. And I watched you suffer, trapped by misplaced loyalty. But now I'm calling you out of the darkness because your promise far outweighs your pain. You will soon receive a sign. For some, it may be a clear phone call. Others may experience a sudden moment of clarity, a vivid dream, a message, or a door opening or closing. You will not have to guess or overthink. The path will be obvious. When it comes, you must respond. You must move forward. The window is narrow, and any delay risks bringing old wounds and cycles into the new season. This is more than just a failed relationship or betrayal. This is about your legacy, future, and divine purpose. There is too much at stake to hold on to what heaven is removing. Archangel Michael is now standing with you. The sword has already struck in the spiritual world. The chains are falling, but you must release your grip. This final goodbye is not a loss. It's a powerful alignment. Say yes, and watch the floodgates open, bringing blessings and breakthroughs into your life like never before. This woman is more than just someone in your life. She represents all the forces that attempted to silence your God-given voice. She represents the lies and chains that clung to your path, attempting to keep you back. But now I'm breaking her grip because I'm reclaiming what is mine. You belong to him. You were never under their control. They attempted to mark you, define you, and exploit you for their own benefit. But God is giving you a new identity. He is affixing His holy seal on you. There are no more copies. There is no more confusion. No more waiting. This is the hour of revelation. This is your opportunity to embrace everything that was meant for you from the start. You do not need their permission or her approval. Heaven has already bestowed its blessings. And the woman who tried to keep you down will watch as God lifts you higher than ever before. This is not about vengeance, it is about restoration. A divine payment. A sacred unveiling. And it all begins with this final call. If you feel touched to support this message or express your gratitude, you can offer a super thanks. Do not ignore the signs that are stirring within you. Don't ignore the alarm your spirit is sounding. This is more than just an emotional wave, it's a divine awakening. Your soul has waited a lifetime for this moment. Your ancestors prayed fervently. Your angels fought fiercely. And the time has come. This is our final farewell. A holy separation. A powerful ending that prepares you for a new divine beginning. You felt it, a slight change in the air. Something unseen but unmistakable is pulling at your spirit. It wasn't about fear or doubt. There was a restless stirring, a whisper beneath your calm that logic could not explain. You tried to push it away, prayed about it, and reasoned with yourself, but it persisted. Because this was more than just a feeling. This was heaven reaching out, sending a silent call to the depths of your soul long before you received this message. Now that you've heard it, the truth can no longer be denied. The wait has ended. The season of confusion, delay, and hidden agendas has ended. That woman, yes, the one you once defended and occasionally find yourself pitying, her time is up. Her facade is cracking. Her grip on your life is loosening. The subtle games she played, the whispered lies she told to tarnish your reputation, are being undone by forces beyond human comprehension. Those secret prayers spoken against you, the covert attempts to dim your light, are being dismantled by divine intervention. This isn't just about a personal grudge. This is a manifestation of divine justice. God says, I'm rewriting the story. I'm restoring what was stolen. I'm clearing your name without you having to struggle. You will no longer have to fight for your honor or ask for recognition. I'll make your truth undeniable. Even those who questioned you will be speechless. Your silence carries power, a sacred strength that many have overlooked. They mistook your silent perseverance for weakness. They interpreted your patience as ignorance. However, your silence did not imply surrender. It was obedience, waiting for God's perfect timing. You held back not because you lacked the authority to expose, but because the time had not yet come. But that moment has arrived. At last, God reveals the truth about this woman. The secrets she so fiercely protected are no longer hidden. They echo through the halls of heaven and are now heard in the world of men. You've gone through seasons of feeling forgotten, passed over, and even abandoned. You still showed up with grace. You loved, even when it didn't make sense. And now, the God who rewards the faithful has intervened, not just to reveal, but to restore. Every tear you shed silently. Every betrayal you endured quietly. Every lie you refused to tell. He's turning those moments into blessings. The tables are turning. And the phone call you once feared will soon become the one others dread making. This isn't just a fresh start. This is divine justice in action. Your tears have filled the sacred cup in heaven. And now, that cup is overflowing with blessings beyond measure. Archangel Michael has not just been sent to protect you, he has also placed you under a divine watchtower. Every weapon forged in secret against you is now being dismantled in plain sight. Every scheme intended to cloud your calling is unraveling in front of your eyes. Those who once mocked you will soon see God's hand inscribe your name on the scroll of favor and destiny. That woman sensed the end of her reign long before you did. That's why her voice has become quieter, and her presence feels different. Even the most crafty hearts tremble under the weight of divine justice. She knew judgment was coming, and it changed her energy, subtly and unmistakably. She sowed seeds of rebellion disguised as virtue, and wrapped envy in the robes of concern. But God never loses sight of what is sown. The heavens are now pouring down a cleansing rain, not the gentle kind that promotes growth, but the fierce kind that washes away every hidden lie, twisted motive, and stolen blessing. You may feel unprepared for the storm on the horizon, but heaven insists you were born prepared. This is not a simple shift or upgrade. It is an unveiling. The version of you that is stepping forward now is the authentic self God created before manipulation dimmed your light and slowed your progress. You are not entering a season of pride or ego, rather, you are entering divine alignment. Every door, once locked by the woman's bitter words and false accusations, will swing open so quickly that you will be taken aback. The call is coming again, the spiritual phone is ringing with your next assignment. Pick it up with confidence, because your name is being cleared and your story rewritten. The departure of her presence signals the fulfillment of his promise. God is revealing not only people, but also patterns, cycles, and deep promises you made to protect yourself that have since become chains. I will never trust again. I will never love again. I'll keep my heart closed tightly. These walls once saved you. They were survival mechanisms. But now they're in cages. It's time to break free, because what lies ahead requires a soft heart rather than a hardened one. When you follow divine guidance, you won't need shields. When angels lead the way, you won't have to look back. Retaliation is not your option. Rising is. Revenge is meaningless. Restoration is everything, and it's closer than you think. That call, you may hear it on the other end of the phone line or sense it deep within your spirit. It is never just ordinary news. It is a divine directive. Someone may say something casually, but your soul will recognize it as confirmation, a clear indication that this is the moment you've been waiting for. It may come from an unexpected place, but when it does, you will know without a doubt that this is it. This is the sacred farewell, a holy release rather than a sorrowful goodbye. Say goodbye to false loyalties, confusion that clouded your heart, emotional drains, and spiritual parasites that fed on your light. Farewell to the woman whose chapter in your story has quietly ended. Even if she never truly belonged in your story, God permitted her presence, not as punishment, but as a purifying fire. Sharpen your discernment. To teach you about the power of silence. To put your faith to the test in unseen battles. But now the lesson is finished. The hidden truths are coming to light. And with that realization, the blessings you've been waiting for are about to manifest. Transitions like this produce unusual signs. Confessions may spill unexpectedly from unlikely lips. Long-forgotten whispers and subtle clues you ignored will resurface with crystal clarity. This is not a coincidence, it is divine remembrance. Heaven is telling the entire story, so you never go back into the shadows that almost consumed you. You're being called to wholeness, which cannot thrive in a house built on secrets. That is why these revelations are not intended to shame you or others, but rather to clear the way forward. To clean the path so that you can walk forward unencumbered. You were never meant to fight this fight alone. Archangel Michael has been your unseen guardian throughout, keeping vigil over every moment. Now, the battles raging around you have become battles of angels. Swords collide in the unseen realms. Thrones are shifting. Alliances are being formed. Your obedience to this divine call, this final holy farewell, unlocks a new level of authority and power in your life. You're stepping onto land that your forefathers coveted but never reached. You are reclaiming territory that has been stolen over generations, claiming what is rightfully yours. And it all starts with a spiritual call, a whisper to your soul that says, "Now is the time." This message is yours. It emerges from depths deeper than oceans, soft as the first light of dawn, shrouded in a mystery older than time and more sacred than the breath you are taking right now. Stories are buried beneath your skin, stories that no one has ever heard because the pain was too sacred to speak aloud, and the silence was a holy refuge too valuable to break. But now the silence stirs. It awakens as if from beyond, carrying the weight of eternity and the gentle warmth of a tearful smile. A phone is ringing in your spirit. A call that is not from this world. It's not loud or urgent, but tender and distant, encased in nostalgia and hope. And no matter what, it will continue to ring. Have you noticed this? The quiet stirring in the stillness of the night? That restless flutter deep in your chest, impossible to explain, as if someone is attempting to break through the veil and reach you. Someone who once walked the earth alongside you. Someone who breathed the same air, wept over the same wounds, and loved you with an intensity that no words could ever express. This is more than just a faint murmur carried by the wind. This is a sacred farewell, whispered across eternity, waiting patiently for you to accept it. You must fully open your heart, because this message has lingered in heaven's silence for far too long. They called out to you, softly and persistently, but your physical senses were overwhelmed. Life was loud. Your days are filled with noise and distractions. Your nights are filled with unanswered questions. They didn't hold it against you. Instead, they smiled through their tears, knowing that you were just doing your best. But all they really needed was for you to stop. To pause. To achieve stillness. Because the final goodbye, the one with the power to set you free, was never spoken. A message still echoes from the moment they left, though you didn't catch it completely, drowned out by the storm of grief. However, it hides in your dreams, woven into the silence between your breaths. What they left behind was neither a letter nor an object. It was something far more precious, a whisper carried by the wind. One final blessing. A heartfelt apology. A final I love you, unrecorded by the world but immortalized in the heavens. And now it is waiting to be delivered to you. This is more than just a closure, it is a release. Your release. Because grief has bound you in unimaginable ways. You carry it quietly, with strength and grace, but it is present. The significance of unspoken words. The things you wanted to hear but never did. So I forgive you. I am proud of you. The promised embrace never came. That call has arrived to bring those words home. There's a sacred place beyond time where memories fold like fabric. And in that place, they knelt, trembling with hope, and begged for one more chance, one more moment to speak, to look at you and say what they couldn't say in their last breath. Miraculously, the divine granted their request. Only once. Just long enough. Just for you. This message has traveled across galaxies, through stardust, sorrow, sleepless nights, and whispered prayers. It now stands before you, waiting, not for your eyes, but for your soul to accept it. So listen carefully. Do not rush. This is the message you were meant to hear.